Hi, I'm Donna Quesada. Welcome back to Wisdom Bites. I'm lucky enough to live near the lake shrine, founded by Paramahansa Yogananda, the great author of Autobiography of a Yogi and Gandhi's spiritual teacher. And you know what I love so much? I love that greeting every visitor is a collection of monuments, each one dedicated to one of the world's religions. It's as if to say it doesn't matter where you come from or what you call yourself. We're all the same, we're all one. We're all walking hand in hand on this path, on our journeys together. Because in the great yogi's mind, there is no division between religions. They're just like rivers, different paths that lead to the sea. The divisiveness is only in the mind of the beholder. And that's why it breaks my heart every time I hear of another story of those who would object to yoga or meditation being introduced to schools, especially when it does so much good. Meditation is just the most exalted form of yoga, and so this talk is about both and how they really are no conflict at all, no threat to one's existing religion. And it is also a response to that, to the objection against its implementation in schools. The benefits are so immense that we simply have to think about this, and we have to think about what we're losing when we omit it from schools for trivial reasons. Applied experiments across the board at the country's top universities show time and time again its efficacy in reducing all stress-related conditions and disorders, from anxiety to depression. Doctors have found that it's extremely powerful in helping to reduce pain associated with chronic diseases. In children, we found that even short periods of meditation done regularly can help with their focus. It can help to eliminate or at least improve disorders that we used to think were impossible to deal with without medication. We like to say meditation, not medication. I can't resist to put that in. It's as if the brain is plastic, moldable. We can actually reshape it to bring about these wonderful improvements with conditions that were so difficult to deal with before, and now we're finding that we can lure ourselves into a greater state of calm, more happiness, better focus. It's as if through presence we enter into a greater state of acceptance with what is. And in the state of acceptance, we are simultaneously in a state of non-resistance. That means that we are at ease with what is, rather than stuck in the what should be's. And this makes us easier to live with people, easier to live with from our own point of view and from the point of view of others. And for children in schools, this is remarkable, because do you know what it means? It means that in this state of acceptance, they become more engaged. Their sense of focus, their ability to stay present improves. They're less distracted. They're less bored, because boredom is just lack of presence. That means that their performance becomes better in everything, from music to sports to grades. All of their schoolwork improves because they're more present. They get more out of everything. And you know, I had a student come up and tell me, he said, "Professor Quesada," this was in the college, "ever since we started meditating in class, I find that I'm paying better attention in synagogue. I used to get bored and fall asleep when the rabbi spoke, but now I get so much out of his weekly lectures." He says he's praying more passionately. And so not only is there no conflict between religions, the practice of yoga and meditation can actually strengthen what you're getting out of your existing family religion. Those are the therapeutic benefits, some of them. You might still be asking, but aren't meditation and yoga inherently religious? The answer is not really, not necessarily, and that's for two reasons. Firstly, both yoga and meditation predate all of the world's major religions by thousands of years. Secondly, the word religion itself is problematic, a Latin word meaning simply to bind or to connect. It has come to refer to the myriad forms and rituals that unfortunately only serve to disguise the sameness underneath them all, the common spiritual longing that is part of all religions. And so eventually meditation and yoga became a part of all of the religions, even the Western religions, from the Christian Desert Fathers to the Sufi mystics, to the Jewish mystics, the Kabbalists. It's true that there's a spiritual component. That's really the point and purpose of yoga and meditation. But if these things are a part of all of the world religions, that means that it becomes a non-relevant criterion or characteristic. They're non-proprietary. They don't belong to anyone. And if they don't belong to anyone, that means they belong to everyone, like a commons. And so, aside from the therapeutic benefits, yes, they're spiritual practices, but what does that mean? It only means that it brings you to you. It brings you to your own divine self, your own sense of inner peace, inner ease, your sense of wholeness. Call it bliss, call it divinity, call it pure being. We don't need to name it. We don't need to call it anything at all. It's a transformation that happens within. So there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to convert to. It's like a technology. It's like anything that's nourishing. A massage, healthy food, a good night's rest. These things are available to all of us. They help us live more easily. They make us more peaceful. And so even in their most exalted form, yoga and meditation are spiritual, meaning that they bring us into this graceful state, a state of grace. And that's actually the highest expression of virtue, being able to come into the state of ease, which engenders a natural kind of compassion that swells up from within. And that can only do us good. Thank you for watching.